I'm guessing if you're watching this video that you have a fair amount of credit card debt. So in this video, we are going to be using 2 tools and 5 steps that you will follow in sequential order in order to pay off your high interest credit card debt. Hey guys, it's Justine with Debt Free Millennials, the channel to help you crush your debt and live payment free. And today we are talking specifically about crushing high interest credit card debt. A lot of times I will see people when I am looking over their budgets is that they are only putting maybe an extra $50 to $150 towards their credit card debt, thinking that is going to make some progress. And really that is doing absolutely nothing for your progress because the interest rate is so high. So we are going to be using 2 tools today to help you pay off that high interest credit card debt. The first tool is using a budget spreadsheet. The budget spreadsheet is going to tell you what income is coming in, what expenses are going out, and what additional dollars you have left over to put towards that credit card debt. The budget is going to help you identify exactly what expenses and bills you have and what areas can be reduced in order for you to free up more money. The second tool that we're going to be using is a debt reduction calculator by a company called Vertex42.com. I'm not affiliated with them. It's a free tool that you can download and put in all of your credit card debts, the interest rates, all of that good stuff, and then it is going to help you come up with a plan to help pay that off. So let's talk about those 5 steps. Step number 1 is to list out all of your credit card debt, including the outstanding balance, the minimum payment, and the interest rate. We need to know all of those pieces of information in order to figure out the exact way that we're going to pay off and then how much we need to put towards that specific debt. Number 2, you are going to pick one specific credit card debt to pay off first. Typically, this looks like either the credit card debt with the highest interest rate or the credit card with the lowest outstanding balance. The reason why you would pick the one with the lowest outstanding balance is because of that instant gratification. It feels good to have a quick win in order to propel you to pay off the next credit card. On the flip side of that, if you're focused on the one with the highest interest rate, it's going to feel good to pay off that debt because you are going to minimize the amount of interest that you pay over time. The only issue with this one is that it could take you a long time to pay off that credit card with the highest interest rate. And the issue with the other method, which is commonly known as the debt snowball method, when you are focused on that lowest outstanding balance, it means that you could be paying more interest over the long run. Regardless, you have to do what works best for you and be consistent with it. Step number 3, you are going to pay minimums on all of the rest of the debts except for that one that you have singled out to pay off first. Step number 4, you are going to put any extra income towards that one credit card debt that you picked out. That's why the budget is so crucial when you're paying off high interest credit card debt, because then you can quickly see what areas of the budget that you can cut back on the spending and then refocus that money towards that single debt. And step number 5, once you get that one card paid off, then you can roll over whatever amount that you are paying extra on that card plus the minimums that you're paying on that card, roll all of that money over into the next credit card debt that you want to pay off. Okay, let's go ahead and see the debt reduction calculator in action, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so I will leave a link to Vertex42.com below in the description box for you to pick up this debt reduction calculator template. So I went ahead and put in some just dummy information for the purpose of this video. So if you had multiple cards and loans here, you would just add them one by one, add in the balances, the interest rate, and the payments. And then you're going to see the payment should be the minimum payment right here, right? So $535. Oh, looks like they have a note here. Either the minimum payment or the amount you want to pay each month. You should verify your balance and minimum payment with your lending institution. Okay, cool. So $535, let's say this is the minimum payment, and then you can add the extra income here, and then that number, 115 plus the 535, the monthly payment all in would be $650 towards that debt. And what's cool about this is if you scroll down here to the bottom, you can hand select which strategy you want to use. Now, the avalanche method is focused on that highest interest first. So if we were to go ahead and talk about paying off today, what that plan looks like, then we would be starting with Amex, the Amex card first, because if you see here, Amex has the highest interest rate of 28.99%. Now, with an extra $115, it's going to take you 6 years and 2 months to pay off. Now, I'm betting you don't want to be making payments for the next 6 years to pay this off. So that means we have to increase the amount of extra income we're putting towards that debt. So what if I put $1,000 all in towards that specific debt? So that's an extra $465 towards my credit card debt. We've now gone from just throwing $100 here randomly to now purposely putting an extra $465 towards the debt. And now we have Amex paid off in 1 year and 5 months. Now, I'm guessing you could probably even do more if you are strategic with shaving things off of your budget and being careful not to overspend. The second tab that you'll want to check out here is the payment schedule, which shows you the exact amounts that you will be putting towards each of the debts over this time period. So if we're going to focus on Amex first, then we are putting $573 every single month towards the Amex while we're making minimums on Discover, Sapphire Freedom, and the Wells Fargo loan. And so you can see how those balances end up working out over time. So if we're starting with $31,000 in credit card debt, you're going to see how that reduces over time, which I think this is a really cool chart to follow. And then it tells you exactly what your payments are every single month. Now, keep in mind, when we are talking about just throwing an extra $400, the number can change, so you can play around with this tool. It's going to tell you exactly how much total interest you've paid over this time period. $13,404 in interest paid. That's the thing that I think should get you just really ticked off and just angry, because you're not ever getting that money back. The way that I see credit card debt is when you put things on a credit card and you start to accrue interest on that, it means anything that you bought, this mug, let's say you bought this mug, coffee mug, and put it on a credit card, and it was $20 on Amazon, but now it's accruing interest. Now you are paying an extra $1.23 every time that interest is accrued, and then it gets added into your balance over time. So this $20 mug now becomes $40, $50, and it's like, what is the logic there? So let's get out of that mess by focusing strategically on one specific credit card. I think you're going to see the most headway in that regard because you are laser focused on one at a time. People often think that when it comes to paying off credit card debt or just debt in general, that it can be very restricting on their budget, and it doesn't have to be that way. I truly think that you can find joy in spending purposely and intentionally while paying off the debt. The thing here that you have to remind yourself for the debt-free journey and paying off credit card debt is you can make this as temporary or as long as you want to. The choice really is up to you. Would you grind it out in the next 12 months, being really intentional, maybe really cutting back on the spending in order to get this under control? Or would you rather take your time with it and really allow yourself extra indulgences in your spending? There are a couple of ways that you can reduce your bills and expenses inside of your budget without cutting back on the fun. Now, I have a whole video that I will link up to here in the cards for you to check out on ways that you can reduce your bills inside of your budget. But really quickly, things like internet, your cell phone data plan. This is one where I see the biggest offenders of millennials, where they're like, we pay $100 for a data plan. What? That is crazy. What you need to do is do yourself a favor, check out tools like Mint Mobile. They have an unlimited data plan for $30 a month using T-Mobile's network, the largest 5G network. I've been using it for close to a year now and it's been fantastic. Another thing is to look at unused subscriptions or underused subscriptions. We have a Paramount Plus subscription for $6 a month, but when you add that up over the course of the year, that's $72 in the year. If I'm only using it occasionally, maybe once or twice in the year, is it worth $72? No. So those are some easy things that you can use. You can use a tool called Rocket Money. It's an app that locates all of your subscriptions and then helps you cancel them. Now, on the free version, you can actually look up all of your subscriptions. On the paid version is where they actually help you cancel those bills on your behalf. But I don't think that you necessarily need that. I think you could just make the phone call yourself. But if you wanted to save time, that is a resource that they are offering. So definitely check out Rocket Money. I will leave my affiliate link below. Now, according to Bankrate, the average credit card debt balance is $5,221, which is just so much money as that balloons, and I'm betting that you might have even more than that on your credit card or credit cards. And so if we're really trying to be intentional about our finances this year, this is the step-by-step way to do it. If you want to access the budget spreadsheet of tracking your income and expenses, grab my free budget spreadsheet template, the budget toolkit. It is linked below always. This is the budget spreadsheet that I've used for 10 years, helped me pay off $35,000 in debt, and I'm so thankful for that tool. So grab the toolkit, grab that debt reduction calculator template, and start following these steps. Let me know what you're doing. If you're starting with the highest interest rate card first or the one with the lowest outstanding balance, give this video a big thumbs up so we can help out more people in credit card debt, and I'll catch you in the next one.